Hello, I hope you are doing well. And there is this word that is very easy to say and also very difficult, and it depends on how you take it. Is forgive me, forgiveness. Yeah, most of the time, as a human being, you find that you either wrong somebody or somebody wrongs you because we are human beings and man is to err. Sometimes you can find yourself in a situation that somebody has wronged you. How do you handle the situation? Or maybe you've wronged somebody. How do you find yourself in that situation? Or maybe you've sinned against God because it said that you sin against God or you sin or you wrong your fellow human being. When you find yourself in such a situation, what do you do as a human being? You see, most of the time, because of pride, when somebody wrongs you, you feel like, no, I can't ask for forgiveness. No, I can't ask for forgiveness. Hold me, go down and say I'm sorry. No, you feel that you can't do that. Maybe it is in a marriage, you feel like, no, I'm a whole man. No, a whole me, tell my wife I'm sorry. A man, no, I can't do that. So today I just want to tell you that it is very important to learn to say, I'm sorry. Just say, forgive me. Maybe you stepped on somebody's leg. Just say, I'm sorry. You wronged somebody in one or two way. Please just say, I'm sorry. It won't reduce you to a lesser person. In fact, it's going to make you a better one in the eyes of God. Just say, I'm sorry. It's your wife. You've wronged, and you know deep inside your heart, deep down your heart, you know you've wronged your spouse, you've wronged your husband, you've done something wrong to your wife. Just tell her, I'm sorry. Just tell him, I'm sorry. Sometimes you find that maybe you've wronged even your kids. Yes, they are very little, but they deserve to see you tell them, I'm sorry. If you've done something wrong, just say I'm sorry. It won't make you a lesser human being. It won't make you a lesser human being. And maybe somebody else wrongs you on the other way. Just find a place in your heart to forgive them. Whether they come to ask for forgiveness, if they come and ask for forgiveness, forgive them. But still, even if they don't come, because of pride, they feel that no, I cannot go, I cannot ask for forgiveness. Even if they don't ask, just forgive them. I always love what Christ said. Jesus said, told his father, Father, forgive them for they don't know what they are doing. Just forgive. Just learn to forgive. And when it comes forgiving, please, if you go forgive and forget. This doesn't mean that if you forgive, then you will not be able to remember. But forgive and forget. Now it means that even if you remember, you won't do anything about that issue. It is gone and it is gone. Just learn to forgive. You see, there are people who keep records, even in marriage. Your spouse wronged you last month, you kept a record. Last week, you kept a record. You have a whole list. Some even write them down, or some even have them in their memory. So when he or she does something wrong, you keep on reminding. Oh, you know what? The other time you did this, last week you did this, and today you also repeated the same mistake. That is very wrong. Don't keep record of wrongs. It is not right. It is not helpful to your marriage. It is not helpful to your relationship with any other human being. It is not right. Let me tell you this. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation, maybe there is what we call, I term it as a generational grudge. I mean, your great grandparent had a grudge against another family. Then your grandparent inherited that grudge. Your parents inherited that grudge. Again, you find yourself in that situation. Have you ever found yourself in a way that you find that this family, maybe it's in the village, that this clan doesn't talk to the other clan, or this family doesn't talk to the other family. Now you as a young person, you ask yourself, what happened? Nobody's there to explain. Or maybe if there is a reason, they give you a reason, something that happened 50 years ago. Now you've been made to inherit that enmity, something that you are not part of. Please don't inherit enmity. If the fathers were not talking, if the grandparents were not talking, don't allow that chain. Don't continue with that chain. Can the pattern and the chain stop with you? So that you can now start now write a new story and have a new relationship for God's glory. Sometimes you find that somebody has wronged you. You see, there are always people in life, whether it's at workplace, a church, or wherever it is, where maybe you go and play, just as you mingle with other human beings, there's somebody who will always be looking for a reason just to hurt you, just to provoke you to anger. My friend, I want to tell you this. You cannot answer every question. You cannot defend every claim. No, you don't have to ask every question, defend every claim. You don't have to do that. Sometimes silence is golden. Sometimes silence is golden. I love, there's this popular saying that says that silence is the louder noise. Sometimes silence is golden. One prolific writer and wise man said this, that if you stop to throw stones at every dog that barks at you, then you will not reach your destination. You stop to throw stones at every dog that barks at you, you will not reach your destination. This person wronged you. Maybe you just want to see how you are going to react. You've already answered. You've already insulted him. No, can you learn to be cool? Can you learn to be patient with people? Can you just learn to forgive? Just learn to let it go. It won't reduce you or make you a lesser human being. I love what Jesus teaches his disciples in the book of Matthew, chapter 6. In the Lord's Prayer says this, that part of a section of the Lord's Prayer says that, forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. So it means before you say the Lord's Prayer, first you are supposed to forgive somebody who sinned against you, then you go and say the Lord's Prayer. Otherwise, if you have not done so, it is better not even to say the Lord's Prayer. If you go to chapter 6, verses 13 and 14, it says, if you forgive men their trespasses, then God who is in heaven, your Father who is in heaven, will forgive you your trespasses. But if you don't forgive men their trespasses, your Father in heaven will also not forgive you your trespasses. Now you see, it means that don't you ever waste time going to ask God for forgiveness if you cannot or you are not ready to forgive your friend. You are not ready to forgive your father. You are not ready to forgive your family, a friend, or somebody else. And you know what? Sin always acts as a barrier between us and the face of God. So you know very well that if there is a sin, if there is something that you are doing wrong before God, you might be going to pray. Maybe you have a problem. You want God you want a breakthrough. You want God to answer that prayer because of sin, you find that your prayer is not answered. So first you need to ask for forgiveness, and then you find that you can easily reach God through prayer. But now, if God is not ready to forgive you because you yourself, you are not ready to forgive a friend, you see, you might be wasting time. It doesn't matter the kind of person who maybe you might tell to pray for you, whether it's a very big bishop, pastor, name them. But if you're not ready to forgive a friend, my friend, your prayers, and God is saying that He is not going to forgive you. So this is the secret. Just learn to forgive. And if you have a forgiving heart, forgive and forget, then you can go in prayer, even if you are alone in a silent prayer. Ask God, and He's going to forgive you. Have you ever asked yourself, how many times have you wronged your fellow human beings? And they've forgiven you. They've tolerated you. Why don't you also learn from that and forgive other human beings? How many times have you sinned against God? And He is ensuring you are healthy, you have life, you get sunshine, you get rainfall. God has forgiven you so many times. You should extend the same to other human beings. Maybe it's a family. Please be ready to forgive your wife. Be ready to forgive your husband. Be ready to forgive your kids. Be ready to forgive your parents. Because all of us are human beings and we make mistakes. Please, can you learn to forgive so that you can be a better person in the society? God bless.